Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves as Liz Truss is about to make the biggest U-turn in history by increasing taxes. Okay, so I know we always say like 2 days is a long time in politics, 10 minutes, even 10 minutes is a long time in politics. Right now, we just had the mini budget, and it was very radical, tax cutting, very Thatcherite. They got a lot of attacks for it, Truss and Quasi. They made some U-turns, and now they're about to make another big U-turn on business tax. And the reason I'm going to call it business tax, not corporation tax, is for a reason I'm going to explain in a second, as usual. But this is about what's going on with this new prime minister, because she seems to be all over the place right now. We thought that she's not going to make U-turns. We thought she's just going to be strong and stable. Just don't listen to the critics and just keep going. But no, the prime minister and chancellor have been warned that they have a £60 billion black hole in their tax and spending plans because they're scared to do actual cuts. So they're doing the tax cuts without actually doing spending cuts. And that's why a rise in corporation tax or business tax is now on the table. And since this news came out, the pound has gone up massively as well. Now, another Downing Street sources said that it will not go all the way up to 25% as Rishi Sunak intended. But Britain will remain competitive on the international stage, but we will be increasing taxes. Well done, guys. What was the point of defeating Rishi Sunak if you were going to do the exact same thing anyway? If it actually happens, again, it's still early days, right? Within the next half an hour, we're going to find out, I guess. But they seem to be making a big U-turn on business tax. Now, when I say business tax, it matters because this idiot, Beth Rigby on Sky News, has been going around the last couple of days, and I've watched parts of her rants, and she keeps referring to, when she talks about corporation tax, she keeps referring to corporations, big business. And that was the whole point of calling it corporation tax. So the people out there assume that, oh yeah, this tax is good tax because it's going to hit Amazon and Google. No, because it's business tax. It hits all businesses. In fact, the bigger the business, the corporation, the easier for them to afford expensive lawyers and accountants to avoid that tax. These guys can easily avoid that corporation tax. So the tax is mostly paid by small and local and medium-sized businesses. So we have to call it business tax because it's misleading. People assume, oh yeah, this is a good tax. It's only going to hit the big corporations. They're going to get away with it as usual. They're going hand in hand with big government, big business and big government. This issue is all about the clash between Quasi and Liz, because obviously they're besties, but Liz Truss already threw him under the bus a few days ago when it came to some of the other policies, saying actually it was his idea, not mine. Let's just make a U-turn. It's happening again. Everything is now on Quasi Kwarteng, and you don't be surprised if somehow he loses his job, just to preserve the current status quo and the current team and Liz Truss in number 10. It's not looking good, and the election is getting closer and closer. It's probably less than 2 years now, and the actual campaign starts next year. So the Tories are definitely in a bit of a trouble, and we don't really have any alternative plans from the Labour Party either. So, all we know is that they're going to basically do the same thing. They're going to increase taxes, they're going to increase borrowing, and they're going to increase spending. So at least the Tories are not going to increase spending, but then they're refusing to cut the waste in the budget as well. So you don't have to cut the frontline services, public services, but you can actually cut bureaucracy and the civil service side. All these weird departments that we have, we don't really need all of them anyway. But they're not brave enough to mention those. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Thanks, guys, for subscribing and supporting the channel and watching all this angry content. It's frustrating content. We're going to come back in half an hour and we're going to tell you about the Iranian regime once again, because they are blaming a certain celebrity on the uprising. It's absolutely fascinating. We're going to come back in half an hour. I'm Tousi and we are the media.